right. Shanti. Let us start our meditation session for today. So keep your back and neck straight. Sit comfortably and very gently close your eyes. Start observing your breath. Keep the back and neck straight. Eyes are gently closed. And start connecting with your breath. Don't make any changes, simply observe it as it is. Now slowly shift your attention to your body. Become aware of your posture and keep the posture stable as well as comfortable. Now gently come back to your breathing and begin to deepen the breath. Slow, long and deep inhalations. Slow, long and deep exhalations. We will open today's session by chanting Om 3 times, followed by 3 Shantis. So take a deep breath in for Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Feel the vibrations. Join your palms together and begin to rub the palms. Place them on your eyes. Very slowly, while blinking and looking at your palms, open up. Let us begin our session for today. So, today we are going to continue with our practice of Anapan. In last class, we had started with the practice of Anapan, and previous few sessions we have been continuing that practice, and today is the last day when we are going to practice Anapan. So there are some stages of Anapan that you should know about. Okay. So first thing, like I told you before, also Anapan is pre-practice. For Vipassana, it's like the ABC, right? So in kindergarten we learn ABC, no? So that then we come to the words, right? So in that same way, Anapan is the ABCD of Vipassana. Vipassana is when, you can say that if we take the same analogy, you are beginning to form words, right? But for that, to understand how the words are getting formed, or what is the chronology, everything, you need to know the letter, right? So which letter which letter is there. So in that same way, Anapan is that practice. Um, when done from Vipassana point of view, Anapan has more stages, but a beginner level practitioner who just wants to go for this practice or even wants to prepare themselves for Vipassana, right? So it's up to you, right? There are three main stages that you can still focus on and work on, okay? So Vipassana is specifically taught in Vipassana centers throughout the world. There are 10-day courses, minimum 10-day courses that go on in different centers for a beginner level. Okay. So if you are going for first time, then 10 days is the minimum amount of time you will have to go and dedicate yourself to this practice. So if you guys want to Google, you can Google it, look it up. Centers are present throughout the world. And when you go over there, then they will give you more stages in Anapan, which are more aligned with the practices of Vipassana meditation. And Vipassana meditation will also be introduced to you there. Okay, Vipassana meditation cannot be taught by any person, right? It's getting passed down from one generation to the other, and the purity of the technique can only be maintained if you want the pure technique, then you should go. I will encourage you to go for a 10-day course. Okay. uh, Only qualified teachers, so only teachers which are given like authority, they can only teach Vipassana. So I would highly recommend that you go and learn from there only. Coming to the general stages of Anapan, which will help you both if you don't want to go ahead with and learn Vipassana meditation, and even if you do. So in both cases, these three stages are going to help you to develop greater awareness of the breath. Right? So now breathing is our object. But this breath has different qualities, or I can say there are different dimensions of awareness that I can create around this breath. First thing is the awareness itself. Okay, I cannot delve into the deeper aspects of Anapan if I am not aware of my breathing. Okay, so aware of the breathing in this section of the body. So first foundation level before you enter any stage is to maintain the awareness of the breath. If currently you are struggling with the maintenance of awareness of the breath, then you can first start to work on that only. Stick with that, stay with that. And unless and until you are able to attain or maintain a certain amount of awareness of the breath, only then the stages will make sense. Okay, because at the end of the day, we are trying to explore the breath only. So then the first stage that you can focus on. These stages, before I begin to introduce these stages, I will say that these stages can be practiced in any order. Whichever one you get awareness towards first can become the first stage for you, and then you can eventually move towards deepening your awareness. Okay, so first stage for Anapan is the touch of the breath. Now, how can I gain a more concrete awareness of the breathing? Through the touch. All right, so touch is a very It's a sense that we connect to easily. So when the breath moves in and moves out, it is touching in certain areas of your nostril, right? Or the area above your upper lip, yeah. So this upper lip region, it's touching somewhere, and that gives you an indication that the breath is going on. Okay, so first stage you can incorporate according to your own understanding again, if you feel. First stage can become the touch of it. As the breath goes in, it touches the nostrils, right? As it comes out again, the touch remains. So gaining a clear understanding of where the breath is touching without making any change to it. Okay, so this is a very big requirement. Why? Because uh, if I want to become aware of the breath, again I can deepen the breath, no, to become aware where it is touching. But I told you pranayama and meditation are different practices. So in meditation, we are going to work towards the deepening of the concentration so that you can become aware of the breath. So now we are working on sharpening the concentration. All right. Now, second thing, when you achieve this stage where you are able to become aware of the touch of the breath, the pure breath, then you can move to the second stage. The second stage being your uh, temperature of the breath. All right. So now the breath is touching, but slowly I start becoming aware of what is the temperature of this. Okay, so if I put it to you in normal scientific terms, this thing will become very obvious to you, but rarely do we stop and observe this thing, right? So all of the air around me has, it's cooler than my body temperature. Okay, so when I inhale, this air that is going into my nostrils, it is cold, right? So when I inhale, cold and air enters my body, and when I exhale, the same air, because of my body temperature, becomes slightly warmer, and when I exhale, warmer air exits my nose, right? So once I start becoming aware and I'm good, like the level of awareness is good where the breath is touching me, where the breath is touching the nostrils, I can start moving to the next stage where I start becoming aware of the temperature. Cold air entering, slightly warmer air exiting. If you are not able to achieve the previous stage, no point in moving to the next dimension of awareness. Okay. So after the second dimension of awareness is properly explored, this temperature, then you can move to the third stage. The third stage is the stage where we are becoming aware of the breath with regard to which nostril it is flowing through. Okay, so generally during the day, one nostril is more dominant than the other one. All right. So starting to become aware of this thing, which nostril is more dominant, again without making any change in the pure breath. I'm not going to vary it in any form. We start to explore. Sometimes it will be flowing more dominantly through the right nostril, sometimes through the left nostril, and sometimes it will be dominant equally. Both my nostrils will be dominant equally. Okay, so getting connected to this reality, I don't want to change it. If my right nostril is more dominant, I don't want to change it and make the left nostril more dominant. If my left nostril is dominant, I don't want to change it and make the right nostril more dominant. All I have to do is observe which one is dominant. Or if both of them are dominant, right? Then again, I don't have to change this fact that both of them are dominant, right? There is no good or bad, better, nothing. I have to simply come in contact with my reality. Okay. So this can become or act as the third stage for you. right? But sometimes people become aware of which nostril is flowing more easily, and then they can slowly move to the temperature and then to the touch. Or if you easily connect with the temperature of the breathing, you can slowly move to the next one, which is your touch, and then you can go ahead and become aware of the temperature, sorry, the which nostril is flowing, right? So it depends on all these three stages. You can arrange them according to your level of awareness, which one is coming more easily to you. Okay, so these are the three stages of Anapan, which we are going to work on today. So in previous session, I think we have worked on first two already, but today we are going to give all of them greater amount of time. Again, if you are unable to establish a previous one, don't move to the next one. Don't change your breath in any way in order to attain any of these stages. You have to just come in contact with your reality. If you feel that as soon as you come in touch with your breath, you start regulating it, because this is a very common doubt, this is a very common difficulty that most students face. As soon as they come in contact with their breathing, they say that they begin to vary it. Okay. So in this case, practice as much as you can, because the more you practice, the more connection you will form with the pure breath. Okay. All right. So let us go for our session today, right? So sit comfortably. We are going to go for a longer session. So just make sure you're sitting in comfortable position. If you tend to fall asleep, you can go ahead and go for a slightly uncomfortable position. Keep your back and neck straight and very gently close the eyes. Just generally become aware of the breathing process and allow the breath to just exist as it is. Now, slowly and gently shift your attention to your body. Just take a few moments to relax the entire body and to make sure your alignment is correct. Take your time, come into the correct posture for your own self. And once you come in that posture, just go ahead and take a strong mental resolution that I will not move my body for the remaining of my practice. So this enter the practice with a very strong resolution in your mind. And now gently come back to your breathing. And now focus your entire attention on this triangular region, the nostrils and the area above the lips. And get in touch with the reality of how your breath is flowing. Don't make any changes to the breathing. Just observe it as it is. If the breath is going in, you are aware that the breath is moving in. If the breath is flowing out, you are aware that the breath is flowing out. First, begin to work on the establishment of your awareness of the breath. If the breath is long, it is long. If it is deep, it is deep. If it is shallow, it is shallow. Simply observe like a gatekeeper. Make no changes. Each and every time your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the breathing. Remaining alert, aware, and attentive throughout your practice. Not even one breath should enter or exit your body without your awareness. As you begin to deepen your awareness, as you are able to stay longer with the breath, slowly move towards the first stage, where we are becoming aware of the touch of the breath as it comes in and as it goes out, without making any change to the natural way of your. Simply become aware that as you breathe in, where the breath is touching on the insides of the nostrils, on the area above the lips, full awareness on the touch of the breath. As you breathe out, full awareness on where the breath is touching the nostrils, the area above the lips. During the entire process of exhalation, be aware of where the touch is. Be careful. Don't make any change in the way in which you are breathing. Each and every time your mind wanders, very gently bring it back to the breathing. Now, if you get established in this stage, you can slowly move towards the next stage, which is the temperature of your breathing. The next inhalation, as you breathe in, feel the cool air touching the nostrils. And when you exhale, this same air becomes slightly warmer. Just feel the touch of the breath, and along with the touch, become aware of the temperature of your breath. Cool breath goes in, slightly warmer breath moves out. Complete focus and awareness on the process of Anapan. Just feel each and every breath, remaining very alert, aware, and attentive throughout your practice. Observing the breath like a gatekeeper, As you begin to inhale, this recognition should always remain that the inhalation process is taking place till the time you have not completed the inhalation. And as you exhale, the sense of awareness should always remain that the breath is being expelled out from the starting of the exhalation process till the end of the exhalation process. And as your awareness deepens in this stage, we can begin to move towards the final stage. If you feel you want to practice the other two stages, you can work on those if you want to get established better. And if you feel you are established in the first two, then you can begin to move towards the third stage where we are going to slowly become aware which nostril is working currently, from which nostril the breath is moving in, and from which nostril the breath is moving out. Slowly and gently start becoming aware which nostril is dominant. Are both nostrils flowing equally? If the breath is flowing in from the right nostril, just note that it is flowing from the right nostril. If it is flowing from the left nostril, just note that it is flowing from the left nostril. If it is flowing in and out through both the nostrils, simply note that it is flowing in and out from both the nostrils. Don't make any changes. Just keep observing. Each and every time your mind wanders, very gently bring it back to the breathing. Keep bringing your mind back again and again to the breathing. All you have to do is observe the flowing breath, the pure breath, which will anchor you to the reality of this moment, this very moment. Remaining alert, aware, and vigilant throughout your practice. Keep following the practice of Anapan without making any judgment, without making any kind of, taking out any kind of conclusion from the way in which your breath is flowing. Simply observe the breath as it is. The awareness should be very strong, not allowing even one breath to flow in or flow out without your attention, without your awareness towards the breath. Bringing the mind back each and every time it wanders. If you are unable to practice any of the stages, you can